Today I want to talk about what does it mean for me being a Nomad person, or in my case being a Nomad woman, and also why I identify myself as a third culture adult. If you're a nomad, slow traveler, or you move to another country, maybe you can relate to that. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I am Eva, solo nomad over 50. In my previous video, I'm talking about losing my job at age 55 and how I became a nomad after that. Today, I want to kind of continue from where I left off, continue with the same train of thoughts. So I was talking about during the COVID and planning to move to Italy, and honestly my thoughts about moving to Italy were finding that place where I will live happily ever after. And if I look back at my life, I moved countries so many times. So I lived in Canada, then I moved to the US where I lived over a decade, then I moved back to Canada, and more recently I moved to Sweden also with the intention to stay there forever. And right now I am in Hungary. I am not really considering living here forever for a couple of reasons that I will explain in a minute. But the point I want to make is that every time I moved to a country, my thoughts were, this is it, I'm going to live there, this is the place, I'll be happy, and I never move again. And in the beginning, I have to say in the beginning, yes, of course, it's always difficult to settle, make new friends, etc. But shortly after, I was happy. So wherever I moved, I usually found myself happy. Oh, you have to look at this, it's so pretty. So I was talking about being a Nomad woman. What does it mean, and why do I call myself Nomad woman? Every time when I move to the places, the countries, after a while I started to feel this, how can I say this, restlessness. And even when I'm happy somewhere, like right now, I have to say I'm in Hungary. I have pretty good apartment. I have a job. I can walk around. Yes, sure, I am struggling with some health challenges, but I'm pretty happy here and plenty to see. But still, I keep looking at other countries and thinking about it. Wow, what would be living there? What if I move to that country? You know, it's just my mind is just working. So I have this restlessness. And if you're like me, if you're a slow traveler, a nomad, and maybe a little bit of advanced age like I am, then probably you can relate to this. I have to admit that for the majority of my life, actually until recently, I thought something was wrong with me, really, because all my family, everybody had this, I have to have a house, I have to live there and never move. And I could never relate to that. So I always thought something was wrong with me. And all my life I was looking for that one place, that one country where I will be happy, finally happy. And it just never happened. So recently I realized that actually nothing is wrong with me. This is just the way I am, and there are plenty of other people like me. I actually watched a video of someone, an American, who was talking about this same thing. So recently I realized nothing is wrong with me, and it gives me such a relief that feeling of something is wrong and trying to fit in is gone. So what am I? Am I Canadian? Am I American? Am I Hungarian? Well, Hungarian, I can definitely tell you that I am not. And this is living here. I realize that I am completely different. My culture is different, and although I truly appreciate the people here, I have really good friends. We have a really important cultural difference. So let me talk about my other point, the cultural differences. When I'm scrolling on Facebook groups of nomads, I can see a huge backlash against people, expats, who search the company of other expats. So it's kind of a no, you should integrate, you should go into the local culture. I totally agree with that. Yes, I do love local cultures. I do love getting to know people, mingling with them. But I never really feel home. I never really feel one of them. Even here in Hungary. I was born in Hungary. I spent the first few years of my life here. I do speak the language, and I don't feel I belong here. So where did I feel the most at home, the most that I belong? I have to say Montreal. I really feel home. I get along really well with other French Canadians, even though I am not French Canadian by birth. But I feel really at ease and I feel really accepted by them. I never really felt that I was a foreigner. And the other place I really felt home was New York City, surprisingly. But New York City is a multicultural city, and a lot of people are from everywhere. So I never really felt out of space, out of place. So I never really felt that I was a foreigner. And I made friends easily. I was accepted everywhere. So the two places that I felt the most at home, the least a foreign person, was in Canada, in the French part, and also in New York City. But everywhere else, even here in my birth country, I feel like a foreigner. I feel like someone who doesn't belong. So let me get back to the point I wanted to make with those expats who are looking for other expat groups. So yes, there is a backlash, and I totally understand that. But from my experience, my point of view, the most comfortable I feel is among other foreigners like I am, among other expats, other nomads, because we just have the same challenges, the similar goals, similar lifestyle. So I don't have to explain myself all the time. So when I want a soft place to fall, I seek out other expats, and I've made some really good friends. I made some friends in pretty much everywhere. So, for example, last year I lived in Poland, and I made two really good friends. One is another Canadian, and one is a South African. So I don't know if you can relate to this. If you do, please comment. How do you feel? Are you a nomad? Are you a traveler, a slow traveler? And I assume you love other cultures, otherwise you would just stay home. So you love and appreciate discovering other cultures. But do you also feel that you are the most comfortable with other expats? And do you feel bad about it? I don't feel bad. So I've been rambling on for long enough. I want to just have a couple of closing thoughts here. First of all, I am so relieved that I am able to accept myself. Okay, I don't belong. And the other thing I'm really happy about that is that I finally gave up that unrealistic dream to settle down in a dream country, which I don't even know where and what, but I just accept this. There is no one single country where I will settle down, and I just stop scrolling other places and other countries and imagining life over there, because I just like to move around. So I would really love to hear about your experience and how do you feel about being a nowhere person. Do you feel like a nowhere person? And what is being a third culture adult for you? Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and like if you like my videos, and see you soon.